Let's suppose that you were able every night to dream any dream you wanted to dream, and that you could have the power within one night to dream 75 years of time.
It seems like PlayStation aren't the only ones with two models of their newest next-gen gaming console on the horizon for this holiday season. It's recently been discovered that Xbox will also be following suit with two different models of the Xbox Series, with both the Xbox Series X, which we already knew about, and the Xbox Series S. Welcome back, my fellow gamers. This is Top 10 Gaming and I'm your host Amanda McKnight. Today we're going to be talking about the rumors that have been floating around surrounding this newest Xbox Series model, the Xbox Series S, and trying to pin down those that are considered bona fide facts as we count down the top 10 Xbox Series S facts you need to know. If you are new to the channel, welcome to you. We are glad that you are with us. To stay up to date with all of our newest gaming content, we heartily encourage you to click that subscribe, ring that bell, and say hi in the comments below. And for those that are typing out hi in the comments below as I am speaking right now, a big hello back to you. Thank you for being here. Alright, now let's unpack some gaming facts and get counting. Number 10. Codename Lockhart. Just as Xbox Series X was originally named Project Scarlet or referred to as Anaconda while under development to try and keep the new console under wraps until Microsoft was ready to shout it from the rooftop, so too has Lockhart been the codename used in place of what we now know to be the Xbox Series S. In other words, if you are reading an old article about this newly discovered Xbox Series family console, the S, it will likely be referred to as Lockhart there, which was all we knew it to be called before, and was the codename developers on the project likely used to try and keep the reality of what the project really was under wraps. But now, we know. Number 9. The leak. So, how do we know that the Xbox Series S is real when Microsoft has yet to confirm its existence? And all we have is basically a project codename. Well, because it was recently leaked through manufacturing packaging. User Zach S on Twitter recently posted online that he managed to purchase a new Xbox controller to be used with the Xbox Series X. On the package for the controller he purchased, it also listed the Series S as a compatible console for the controller, confirming that in fact Xbox Series S was a thing and allowed people to surmise that it was the other console project that codename Lockhart was referring to. Some suggested that the images could be digitally fabricated images and that it might all be a hoax. However, Zach S has also posted a video of the controller to prove that yes, it is in fact a new next-gen Xbox controller that he has. And no, this is not a hoax. Number 8. Mock-ups. With rumors churning and swirling in the rumor mill for the past few months about Project Lockhart, aka Xbox Series S, fans have of course already started to imagine what this newest expected addition to the next generation family of Xbox consoles will look like. One such fan made a pretty sweet looking mock-up inspired by what we know is the design for the Xbox Series X, and with the previous knowledge that we have from the designs of the Xbox One family consoles. Jive Duder on Reddit shared their design, which imagines the Series S as being considerably smaller than its Series X counterpart, and like the Xbox One S, a stark contrasting bright white color in comparison to the Xbox Series X, and Xbox One sleek black matte design. Number 7. Release date. We currently still do not have a release date so much as a projected release window for the Xbox Series next generation consoles. We know that the Xbox Series X is expected to be released this holiday season, or more specifically November 2020. What we don't know is just what exact day the consoles will be released. Will it just be the Xbox Series X as well? Well, likely not. Once the Xbox Series S is confirmed by Microsoft, it's likely that we'll see the sibling of this console in the Xbox Series family also confirmed as being expected to be released on the same day as its sibling, the Xbox Series X. So fans should expect the Series S to be released sometime in November of 2020 so far. Number 6. Affordable option. Like with the Xbox One X and the Xbox One S, the Series S is expected to be the more affordable choice between the two options. There are a slew of aspects that will likely differentiate it from the Xbox Series X, but of course with many people, the one that will matter the most will be the price. If you have less money to spend right now, as I think so many of us in the world do, this Xbox Series S is expected to be the less expensive, more no-frills option for you. But just what will we be sacrificing to save with this model? And how great will the differences between the Xbox Series S and the Xbox Series X be? Number 5. All digital. This time around, the S will likely be all digital. It's still not confirmed if we'll be seeing any middle ground between these two consoles like we saw with the Xbox One S, the last surviving console of the Xbox One generation, as both Xbox One S all digital and Xbox One X were recently discontinued in preparation for the launch of the next generation consoles. The fact that Microsoft chose to keep this middle console around could also be telling, as it is possible that this option is potentially going to be eliminated in the Xbox Series X generation of consoles. This time around, it's expected that the Xbox Series S will be completely digital, no disk drive, which will also lend to it being the potentially more compact and of course more affordable option for consumers. Number 4. Console design. When it comes to the look of the console, the fan-made mock-up we talked about earlier is likely to be inaccurate in at least one aspect. That aspect? Size. The Xbox Series X is expected to be a pretty large and in-charge console when it comes to the space it takes up, its presence, and its design. Due to the still fairly demanding projected processing power of the Xbox Series S, it's more than likely that even without a disk drive, it will still need to be fairly similar in size to the X model, due to the needed space for heat regulation. More processing power, after all, usually equals more heat, so we'll still need space to help control the temperature of the console and prevent overheating. Number 3. Processing power. Just how powerful is it? Some have expressed concern about the processing power actually of the Xbox Series S, due to issues experienced on the Xbox One in regards to rendering issues leading to games crashing. Rumors have us believing that the specs for the Xbox Series S will see a slightly lower CPU than the Series X model, with the GPU being reduced to around 4 teraflops, and will give players about 7.5 gigabytes of usable RAM. What people are concerned about in regards to these projected specs is that 4 teraflops is obviously less even than the Xbox One's 6 teraflop rating. However, don't panic. While these estimated specs appear lesser than, the fact remains that the Xbox Series S technology and parts that are being used to create the console are newer. It's more likely that rather than reduce the processing power of the Series S below even the One, the Series S will simply require less to get the same or more processing done. So while some might be worried about the S putting the flop in teraflop, it will more likely be at least the Xbox level, and probably will be even higher when it comes to processing power. Number 2. As high as $399. So it is time to talk price. While we obviously have no confirmed numbers for even the Xbox Series X console, there is still the fact that many want that number. We want to know how much it's gonna cost. So as always, media attempts to connect the dots based on what we're pretty sure we do know, and help people create predictions for what the potential cost to consumers could be when it comes to this new and exciting next generation of consoles. The highest estimation for the S has been around the $399 mark. As such, just based off of the current average price of an Xbox One X right now, which seems to be something that Xbox wouldn't want to undercut. Sure, they want to undercut PlayStation, but they don't likely want to undercut themselves. However, Microsoft has also been reported as saying that newer consoles will not be out of position on power or price, implying they are attempting to learn from their past mistakes with the Xbox One launch. Number 1. As low as $199. Well, of course, we do not yet have a price for the Xbox Series S. This hasn't stopped many in the know, gaming personalities and sites from speculating. Some sources believe due to Xbox and Microsoft's determination to undercut PlayStation and Sony, we could see this more affordable model priced at as low as $199. Realistically, prices might not be quite so low, as this price would likely mean Xbox would be taking a bit of a loss when it comes to the sales on this model. However, it might be worth taking that loss if it means more consoles in homes, leading to securing more funds from fans via subscriptions to services like Xbox's Game Pass. Thank you so much for watching. Are you a fan of Xbox? If so, which model of the next generation console are you more interested in buying? The Xbox Series X or the Xbox Series S? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're commenting, why not let us know, for those who are fellow Xbox fans, which game is your favorite to play on your Xbox console currently. This has been Top 10 Gaming, and I'm your host Amanda McKnight, reminding you as always to keep on gaming on. Pew pew!